Hey there, today's travel tip video is all about organizing your personal item bag for a trip. You will learn 11 ways to organize your personal item backpack or your personal item tote bag so that you have every travel essential you need organized and ready for vacation. Why will these tips help you? Here's why. Because your travel essentials will be easily accessible. We have to prep our personal item bag just as we do our carry-on suitcase before we travel. The number one travel tip is to match the shape of your item that needs to be packed with the shape of that pocket or that space in your personal item bag. In both of my most used backpacks, I have about 17 pockets inside, and that would drive some travelers crazy, having too many pockets. So you're going to look at the pockets you have, you're going to look at your shape, and then I have some questions throughout this video that will help you decide what would go in that pocket and what really needs to have a pouch. Maybe if I'm packing in this humongous bag, to me, this foldy, brand new, many of you have asked me to get it, and I bought this one and another one. If I'm looking at this duffel bag type carry-on bag, I'm going to see that there is one large pocket that is horizontal, a horizontal rectangle. So I'm going to have maybe some easily accessible things in there. Now you're going to look at your hand luggage or your personal item bag and see what pockets can I get to in a hurry. When you are looking at the outside of your bag, you're going to see that there is a pocket that's easy to get to. And why do you need something easy to get to? Maybe in the airport security line. You might want to protect some of your valuables in an inside pocket. My dog is a nervous wreck because the door is closed. Another question is, what pockets are easy to get to in a tight airplane seat, in a tight space? Can I reach to the very bottom of my bag while I am squeezed tight like a mammogram? Is it just as easy to put something in the outside loose pocket? Does the pocket need to zip? Another question is it easier to get to a pocket that is not zipped? Or another question, does the pocket need to zip after I'm done with it? Can I leave it open in the airport security line? Travel tip number 2 is, what pouches do you like to travel with? Do you like pouches that zip? Do you like pouches that are squishy? This pouch is a little more firm than this pouch. You see what I'm saying? This pouch can expand, if that makes sense. When I pack in my backpack, I have so many pockets, I do not need to pack a lot of pouches. But some of the different types of pouches would be in these shapes. See how this is longer than this pouch? You may have this new type of pouch that I'm going to show you later, which is a Father's Day gift, but he's on a trip in Germany, so he is not getting here until tonight. So I'm gonna wrap it with the tag still on it. This is a pouch, but notice how the zippers go over the edge. It opens all the way wide. If you're looking at this pouch, it goes only this wide, which is fine if you do not need to use or get to all of the space that's in the bottom in a quick way or in a really tight spot. Here's an example. If I have some essentials in here, I could pack it down in this pocket because it matches the shape of this pocket. But I do not necessarily need that in that bag because I already have a pouch that is that shape. Do you see what you're learning here? You're learning how to not pack what you really do not need because your personal item bag already has that organization for you. What travel essentials do you want to pack in the deeper pockets that are vertical rectangles like a lot of tote bags have? All of these questions will help us be efficient with what we do pack and organize in here so that our work actually helps us. I want you to write down these travel tips before you pack your personal item bag, okay? Number 1, will the personal item fit So check your airline's rules for hand luggage size requirements, personal item bag dimension size rule, if that helps. Another question is, what medicine do I absolutely have to take for this trip only? One travel tip that I try to convey to my travelers who watch my videos is that your carry-on suitcase could get checked last minute and then maybe lost by the airline. It has not happened a lot this year in 2024. But if that happens, that's why you need to pack your necessary, your must-have medicine in your personal item bag that's going to fit under the airplane seat in front of you. Another question is, what items am I going to need to get to in the airport security line? And why am I talking about the TSA line if I'm teaching you how to organize your personal item bag? Here is why. Because planning an order inside your personal item bag is going to help you do three things. Number one, be faster in the airport security line, even though that is not our goal. You're just faster because you have fewer things you have to do. Number two, this organization is going to help you not lose important documents or important items for your trip. And number three, the organization is going to help you remember where you packed everything. Let me know if having too many pockets makes you forget where you packed your travel essentials, okay? Why do I want you to have an easily accessible pocket for the airport security line? For several reasons, but one of those is because you have to put your identification away, and number two, you have to put away your phone. TSA does not want to see your phones, so after you show your ID and your ticket, you're going to put your phone or your ID in an easily accessible pocket so that that is done, and you'll remember when you get through the line where that easily accessible pocket was, because it's hard to miss. But if you need to protect your passport, here's a tip. You can use one of the pockets that's inside your tote bag or one of the pockets that is inside your backpack that zips, and you're going to just slide your phone and your passport or something you want to protect in there, some cash or your wallet that might be in your pocket. Remember that if you have the hidden money belts under your jeans or any kind of a band, that you're supposed to not wear that in airport security. And remember the liquids rule. You are supposed to have an 8x8 quart-sized clear bag that zips all the way in, like ready to be taken out in the airport security line. But most of them are not making us take out the bag anymore, but the rules still are the same. The containers, you can have as many as you can fit in there. The containers have to be 3.4 ounces or smaller in order to go in this bag. This is an item that is a must-have for my personal item bag if I do not have pre-check. One travel tip I shared in another video is if you have a pouch or a makeup case that squishes. This is part of a toiletry kit with this. You can put all of your medicine in there, and then if they have to check your suitcase, you can move it from your suitcase to your personal item bag right before boarding if you're in a hurry. That also might be something that has to go in your personal item bag. The most important tip is that if you have a power bank or a portable charger or a battery that's going to charge an item, like this is going to charge my phone. This has a lithium ion battery in it, okay? So it cannot go in the belly of the airplane because these things, my old one was rectangular shaped. The lithium ion battery is combustible. So even in my personal item bag, it can catch on fire, not moving whatsoever. And flight attendants and the flight crew, they have certain things that they can do, but you do not want a fire with nobody to extinguish it in the belly of the airplane. So make sure you just know that. I have to take the time to say that because that's really important. One thing that I do is I will split my large case if I do not really have to take too many electronics. Like if I'm taking my laptop, I'll probably take this bag. But one idea for you is do not take the larger case, okay? You're going to pull out the laptop mechanism, the plug and the cord, and you're going to pack that in your carry-on suitcase because you do not need that until you get to your hotel. My hearing aid case, the charging case, my power bank, maybe a watch charger or a cord if you want to charge your phone with the cord. If you can get to the outlet that's underneath your seat somewhere dark. I usually don't. I'll just pack my portable charger. And that might be the only thing you need to pack for the airplane ride. While I'm organizing, I'm thinking of what is important, and then I'm also switching to smaller pouches maybe. One travel hack that I have is, this is how I charge my phone and my AirPods and my watch at night. I invested in the Apple one. The Amazon one did not charge really fast. The travel hack is to match up the plug with your item. See all the different colors. I use washi tape, W-A-S-H-I. It's at Michael's or online, or you can just use a fingernail color, polish color. That will help you organize all of those cords that look the same, but sometimes are a different shape. While I'm talking about medicine, a lot of you do not have to organize with a pill organizer or take the case even. A travel hack is to take these things out and just put them in your suitcase in between your clothes maybe. You can also use the little baggies. These are my AirPod thingies. Here's an example of some medicine that I have in one of these baggies. You can do a different color for every day. You get like 35 of them in a pack. That's just some ways that you can organize your medicine, but it doesn't necessarily have to be organized if it's all in one space, easily accessible space. I have a video about how to pack medicine if you're bringing it into a foreign country, but a lot of my viewers are not watching the whole thing, so they're confused. So make sure you watch the whole thing if it would help you. The next travel tip is what items are going to be essential for the airplane ride while I am in the seat. My main travel tip from 2024 is to have yourself a flight pouch. You can see that it is full, okay? I can switch to a larger pouch. One travel hack I just thought of as a pilot's wife. We've been flying with carry-on suitcases for over 20 years, and I just now thought of this travel hack. You can use a toiletry kit because look, it's almost the same size as a pouch, but I can organize it and hang it from the edge of my seat back pocket after liftoff and get to different items that I might need. I also have a tray table cover that's actually even larger, and it is amazing. I'm going to put some video in here so you can see how many things it holds. It stretches so easily. The fabric is soft, but it doesn't droop. It stretches but keeps its shape. There are 4 very deep pockets in this one tray table cover. But in this little pouch, I'm going to have my phone prop that I can watch the airplane entertainment on. But it is easy to pack. It packs flat. So I could have that in an inside pocket, either horizontally or vertically, depending on what pocket it actually fits the shape of, right? Or I can fold it like this because it folds easily and just have it in my airplane bag before I even leave my house. I will have tissues. I usually keep my AirPods not in my technology organization bag. I keep my AirPods in my pouch for the airplane ride. You can also pack like this thing of wet wipes. One question that I often get is, do wet wipes count as liquids? And they do not, but you can get more if you divvy up a lot of wet wipes into little Ziploc bags and pack them different places throughout your personal item bag or your carry-on suitcase. This comes in a set of 3, and I do like those because they stand up when I'm packing them. This one doesn't, but They all stand up when I'm packing them, which is helpful. A viewer, Sarah, told me, I think her name's Sarah, a viewer from Instagram, yes, Sarah, she told me about this bag because she loved how accessible it was and it's streamlined, which helps give you a boundary of what you can actually pack. And it has a zippered part on the front. I would only pack this little carabiner hook if you were going to slip it on the backside little clip of a long car ride, and you're gonna just slip it over that seat back holder where you would put your purse or something. But for the airplane, this would just slide down into the seat back in front of me, or I would have it in my tote bag and just pull it right out as soon as I get to my airplane seat. It just depends on how thick or thin you like it. One tip I like to think of, whether I am using a duffel bag, tote bag, or backpack as my personal item bag, is I'm going to use it as an extension of my carry-on suitcase. So I might take some things out of my carry-on suitcase, or if I do not have room in my carry-on suitcase for some of the essentials, I can pack them down in the open pockets of space I have after I organize my bag. And one tip is to build up from the ground up. So you're going to look at the shape that is the bottom of your bag. Most of them are rectangular. And one of the items that I have been using for years is a compression cube, and it's going to make this thing like a book, and it's going to fit the shape of your personal item bag base. I have, and this is what made me go viral on Instagram 2 years ago, I have one shirt, 2 pairs of undies, and a pair of socks in here, and I have made them in this rectangular shape, and the second zipper compresses those clothes so that they are flat, okay? And that's what I'm going to put in the base of my bag, okay? So I'm going to start with a base rectangle shape. And here's a tip for an easily organized bag. You're going to ask yourself, how can I maximize the space that is in this bag while ensuring that I have everything I need? Well, you've already done the hard work of thinking of those items. And you want to ask yourself, why am I even taking the time to organize this bag? Is it for my sanity? Is it for me to have less stress during the TSA line and the airplane flight? Or does this bag give me more room or less room, so therefore I have to be really strategic? This is where you can use a free printable. Just go to the first comment or the description paragraph under here, and there is a free printable with a picture to help you while we talk, or you can look at it later. So I'm gonna build up from the ground up. I have my emergency outfit. If the airline loses my luggage, I have this to get me through the next couple of days. Now I'm thinking of airport security. I'm gonna have my ID, either a passport or my identification of some sort, and my phone, and I'm gonna put those in the easily accessible pocket that I've already designated, either inside or on the outside or hidden in that bag. The next travel essential that needs to be in the cabin of the airplane is my tech bag. I can do that one or this one, or a little baggie, or just that item in an outside pocket or inside pocket. You do not have to travel with a technology bag, because remember, the TSA only wants to see electronics that are larger than a cell phone. So that would be an iPad, maybe, a Kindle, maybe, or your laptop, unless you have pre-check. If you have TSA pre-check, they don't need to see any of the electronics. However, coming back from Mexico, did you know that Mexico has a brand new airport near Cancun? Tulum is a brand new airport. A lot of people used to fly into Cancun and then drive 2 hours to get to Tulum. Now they have a brand new, no crowd airport. It's phenomenal. Oh, wait, guess what? Okay, now we're gonna use organization, okay? If you do not have pre-check, you're gonna need the liquids bag. So you're going to have that up top above your electronics gear, because you need that during the line, and then after the line you can get organized and put it either farther down or in your carry-on suitcase. And now's when you're going to pack the pouch or the toiletry kit organized so that you can have it for the airplane ride. Now is the next part on your free printable. You are going to fill in the empty spaces only if that will help you. If it is fitting fine inside your carry-on suitcase, then leave those items in there. Not having the personal item bag completely stuffed is actually less stressful. One other packing tip that I learned after about 10 years is to pack your liquid items horizontally. A lot of them are little tubes that would go horizontally. You can fit more in rather than standing them up vertically. So we're going to use that same travel tip inside your personal item bag. You're going to pack things flat horizontally against the base of the bag. You can test it at home. Test and see if you pack them vertically. If that opens up more space for you, it might in a personal item bag. Or would that help you be less stressed if you packed them that way? For a long flight, I'm going to have my airplane pouch have certain things that I would not necessarily need for a normal 3-hour flight or 1-hour flight. I'm going to have maybe a basic makeup palette that's easy and flat to pack, and maybe one eyeshadow brush, one to do a lighter color and maybe an accent color, or use your fingertip to do the accent color. All right. And that would fit in basically any kind of a pouch. Then you have your other makeup brushes in a stand-up pouch. Where did I put it? It's not in here. Or just a baggie, or just along the inside pocket inside your carry-on suitcase. I also moved 2 things after security: my moisturizer, or a moisturizer shallow tin like this, that is for after I wash my hands once inside the airplane. They get prickly dry. And then also I would move my eye drops for a long flight because I will need that mid-flight. And then if you pack your earrings in a tin like I do, or in the little clear bag like I have done, then I would have that. A lot of times when the airplane is really dark, my eyes water like crazy if I'm watching my phone or a movie. The light being in one spot is so bothersome to my eyes. So I bought this book light for reading, but I'm not going to angle the light on my phone. I'm going to move it like to my shirt so that the light is taking up more area and giving some relief to my eyes. There's also one tip to help you be less stressed while you are thinking about packing the perfectly organized personal item bag, and that is to practice walking through the TSA line. At home, before you even get to the airport, you're going to practice taking out your liquids bag, even though most airports are not making you anymore. But remember, the rule still stands. You're going to practice putting your phone and your ID away, and then moving through the luggage conveyor belt. You're going to take out your liquids bag. You're going to maybe take off your shoes, and you're going to maybe take out electronics that are larger than a phone. And then you're going to practice putting everything back in the bag. I have noticed people who do not travel a lot losing or forgetting those travel essentials. If you will be flying on a long flight, I have some airplane outfits that are very comfortable for being inside an airplane. I'll have that video for you, and then others in the first comment for you. I hope these organization tips help you with your personal item bag. Say hey if we have not met yet. If you see the shopping button pop up, that is an item that I have put there for you. It's not spam. It takes you right to that website. Amazon does not let us use that shopping button, so I have to put their links down below, but all of the links will be down below as well. But that's not spam, it's for you. And it doesn't stop the video. You can still listen while you're looking at it. I'm going to put that in that easily accessible pocket. Oops. What's down in there? Oh my gosh, it's my passport. Oh my gosh.